Today on Alex and Autos, we're going to be talking about top tether anchors and child seats like I'm holding right here. Now, I'm actually talking about rearward facing top tether anchors, which are quite rare. And a full disclaimer, this Graco Classic Ride 50 seat does not support using its top tether anchor in a rearward fashion, but these are the only child seats I have. So we're going to be using it to demonstrate exactly how that would be done if your child seat is compatible. Now, the reason we're talking about this today is because I have one of the very few vehicles sold in the United States that actually has top tether anchors for that rearward facing position. Now, you can install top tether anchors in rearward facing seats with compatible child seats in many vehicles, but you do have to retrofit them with your own attachment point, usually on the seat frame. Volvo actually has them built into the vehicle standard. Let's get some important disclosures out of the way first. Many child seats are installed incorrectly in vehicles. If you are unsure of how to install a child seat, I strongly suggest you find an expert in your local area, child seat certified installers or certified inspectors, to help make sure you have your child seat installed properly. Convertible child seats like we're looking at right here are designed for forward or rearward facing installation, and you can use either the latch anchors or the seat belt right here in order to install the child seat safely in your vehicle. If you are going to use the latch anchors, then you need to make sure that both the child seat and the vehicle agree about the weight of your child using those latch anchors. The maximum weight for those latch anchors does vary by child seat and by vehicle, so you always need to make sure and read both the manual for your child seat and the manual for your vehicle and follow all the instructions for both. Now, I say that especially because, again, the child seat that I'll be using to demonstrate the top tether anchor today does not actually support use of its top tether anchor in a rearward facing seating position. There are a relatively small number of child seats that do in the United States, but the reason that we have top tether anchors for a rearward facing position is because even when you're attached with the seat belt or the latch anchors, you can get a decent amount of motion right here at the top of the child seat. And the more firmly attached your child seat is to the vehicle, the safer your child is. Now, what do these top tether anchors look like? They're these little metal loops right here on the seat frame of the Volvo, right behind the front seat. We're zooming in on it, you can see it right there. And that's where you're going to attach the top tether anchor, again, if your child seat does support it. Now, at this time, only a relatively small number of child seats support top tether anchors, and unfortunately, I'm told that for 2016, a number of manufacturers in the US are no longer going to support them because people had troubles connecting them properly. The top tether anchor really just snaps right there onto that loop like that. Now, if you don't have a top tether loop on your vehicle, in those certain child seats, you can install webbing around the seat frame and use that for connection point as well. Now, again, this Graco child seat is not designed for top tether anchor use, but you can see why it's important, because the child seat actually moves an awful lot less, especially in this direction, when it's firmly attached both by the back and the front of the seat. It's really obvious when we remove the top tether anchor, because now you can see we get much more motion in this seat, even if you properly pad underneath the child seat like you're supposed to do. Now, this particular seat is attached with its latch anchors at the back at the moment. Either way, the function of this particular anchorage method is to keep your child seat from becoming a child catapult in the event of an accident. I would strongly recommend seats that do offer this particular function. Again, you can retrofit many vehicles out there with the webbing around the seat frame, or if you're buying a modern Volvo, basically every Volvo sold in the United States offers those attachment points by default. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video. Be sure and check out the complete child seat review on this 2016 Volvo XC90, and of course the full review on this vehicle coming up soon. I'll see you next week.